every one of you for taking time to come here and celebrate this evening. It's such an amazing state Goa is, and filled with music, filled with life, filled with many things actually, filled with creativity. And this is my wife, her name is Zan Benny, and we traveled together. We got married on 6th of August 2016 in Bangalore, and it was interesting when we decided to get married. We wanted to, well, I think every couple wants to make an impact and a difference and keep a wedding very memorable. And there's so many ways that you can keep it memorable by spending a lot of money, a lot of decoration. No matter what you do, it doesn't last for long because there's always somebody who will outbeat the other person. In fact, when we designed our wedding invitation, we designed it in the shape of a passport. So it was almost like a passport. If you see every detail and everything, even the expiry date was till death do us apart, till death do us part. That was the expiry date. And everything was good, but then, you know, our wedding invitation got outbeaten by the Reddy family when they designed the wedding invitation in the form of an iPad, you know. So how can you beat the iPad and a paper kind of thing? So you see, there's always competition that happens with these things. But we sat down to discuss is how can we keep something simple and yet profound. It's like you want to go for shopping and say, give me the cheap and best. It doesn't work like that. Because anything that is best is not cheap, and anything that is cheap is not best. And you go anywhere, if the price is lower, even if the quality is good, automatically in our mind we know that something is wrong. Otherwise, why will somebody give you at a lower price? This is the world we live in, and how can you make an impact with simplicity is the question. Because many times we think that we need a lot to make an impact. And my wife and myself, we discussed, and how can we keep our wedding something that is cherishable. Now, you can't stop people because in our culture, RSVP does not work. You know, anyone can come and with a smile, you invite them, whether you know them or no. Finally, at the end, the entire family will ask, do you know him? Do you know him? Well, nobody knows, but they are there at the wedding. And so you really can't do anything with people like that. But, so we thought, let's target about the food. See, if the food is good, you'll remember for a week. If the food is bad, you'll remember for a month. Right? But if you don't serve food at all, they'll remember the couple for a lifetime. And that's what we did. We didn't serve any food. I see a lot of young people clapping. Parents, you should be happy. The budget will be low actually. And, but you know what, my friends? We were able to save up so much of money. So much of money, you will be amazed. We didn't serve any dinner. We just served tea and snacks and coffee. And we saved so much of money that we were able to help a family renovate their own house. You see, there's so much that can be done with simplicity. And I'll tell you, nothing happened, nobody died, it was all fine. You know, sometimes we think that just because we did not offer that extra halwa, the whole world is going to go. Nothing is going to happen. And I'll tell you one thing, the society will always have ideas, but they'll never pay your bills. So you have to be wise in how you handle your life. You have to be really careful. Because ultimately, you see, many times we get into debt is because of greed. And greed comes is because of comparison. You know, your scooter is all fine till Bajaj introduces a new scooter, and then suddenly your scooter becomes really bad, you know. And many times they can say you can go very fast, but how fast can you go on Indian roads? And you can't really go, you know, it's just, especially if you are in Bangalore, you can't. A bullock cart can sometimes go faster than all these things. A cyclist can do wonders because you can always go on the other side and then you can go off. But once you're stuck in traffic, you're stuck. So let us choose to live a life that is much more meaningful, much more lasting, much more than just that last for some time. I'll tell you, when my mother went to Thailand, she bought me a watch, and those days I never wore a watch. And the watch said Rolex. And see, when you're not a watch person, you don't know what is the name of the brand. And my friend said, wow, Rolex, that is such an amazing watch. I said, really? And they said, this is one of the expensive brands. So I went back to my mother and I said, Mom, you know I don't wear watches. And you get me such an expensive watch. What is the point in doing this? She said, no, Benny, it was $10 in Thailand, which was a fake watch actually. But see, nobody could guess that this was a fake watch. See, as soon as you have a little bit of fame, no matter what you wear, it's supposed to be original. You see, how we become prey to all these things. And nobody questioned whether this is original or fake. Will you ever go and tell Shah Rukh Khan, is this original jeans? No, you never. You automatically believe that whatever he's wearing is that. So I want to tell you, let us be wise in how we live our lives on this earth. So we're going to start out by playing a song together called Listen to Our Hearts. And my wife and myself, we travel together to share our talents. We are very much educationally compatible. Nowadays when you get married, you always talk about compatibility. But I don't know if you have ever thought of educationally being compatible. We are educationally compatible because my wife has done 9th standard, appeared, and I'm 10th standard failed. So we are quite... this morning I was speaking at the New Horizon College of Engineering for the TED Talk show. And when I said this, everybody clapped. I said, I don't understand why you're clapping. You're studying engineering and you're clapping for a guy who didn't finish 10th standard. But you see, things have changed, but what we did was we discovered our talent. And once we are able to know what our gift is, and we nurture our gift, and we are able to do wonders. And that's what life is all about, is you have one life to live, and how can you just give up for something what the society thinks is the in thing? Your joy, your dream, your contentment is more important than just trying to make ends meet. I believe that God created you so professionally, not just to make some ends meet. You are created for far greater things than just what the society says. So this song is called Listen to Our Hearts by Stephen Curtis Chapman.
How do you explain? How do you describe a love that goes from east to west and runs as deep as it is wide? You know all our hope, Lord, you know all our fear, and words cannot express the love we feel, but we long for you to hear. So listen to our hearts, hear our spirit sing a simple song of praise from those you have redeemed. And we will use the words we know to tell you what an awesome God you are. But words are not enough to tell you of our love, so listen to our hearts. If words could fall like rain from these lips of mine, and if I had 1,000 years to speak, Lord, I will see right out of time. So if you listen to my heart, every beat will say, thank you for the life, thank you for the truth, thank you for the way. So listen to our hearts, hear our spirit sing a simple song of praise from those you have redeemed. And we will use the words we know to tell you what an awesome God you are. But words are not enough to tell you of our love, so listen to our hearts. So listen to our hearts, hear our spirit sing a simple song of praise from those you have redeemed. And we will use the words we know to tell you what an awesome God you are. But words are not enough into our hearts, but words are not enough.
But recently, when we were doing a concert in Dubai, a flautist from Iran came and he said, Benny, Zan Benny in Persian means wife of Benny. You know, that was amazing how God even orchestrated us to come together. Now, coming back to our educational part of our life, now Zan will share why she only chose to finish till 9th, and I will tell you what happened in my 10th. So she will take over from here.
Well, it's such a joy for us to be here, and well, I believe like every one of you that are here, you have a story, a share of your story to tell to people. You know, like maybe a story where maybe not a very good story, or some story could be something that is good. And I have my own share of story where well, because of someone else's mistake, you know, like I was not able to continue my secular education. So when I was in my 9th grade, and I was just 13 years old, quite young and innocent, you know, like, but there was a man who was about 30 years old, and he was also under the influence of drugs. So what happened was he started to follow me, he started to express his feeling towards me. But at that very age, for me to understand about relationship or to understand about love was something, you know, something very new for me to understand that. So I just ignored his feelings, and I just, you know, don't want to listen to what he was sharing about his feelings. But one day, as my mom and myself, we were just walking down the street, he appeared all of a sudden in front of us. And he was just not even in his right sense. He was high on drugs. And then in front of my mom, he pulled my hand. You know, he dragged my hand towards my mom. And then he told my mom that I want to marry your daughter. So that was a shock for me, that I was filled with fear and I went into trauma. And I didn't know, you know, like what to do with my life after that, because I felt like my dreams and then my joy, that was all shattered because of this experience that I went through. So I locked myself up in the house and I could not come out of the house anymore. You know, so I lived my life every day, you know, as if like, you know, it was no meaning, no life at all, because everything was like torn apart. But in the year 2002, I went and I attended a camp. And that's when I encountered Jesus. That's when I experienced the love of Jesus, saying that, you know, I'm there, I have forgiven you, and I'm there to give you, to restore what has been taken away from you. So as I surrendered my life to Jesus, He restored back the joy. He restored back, you know, like the dreams and then the purpose to live my life. And today, the reason that I'm able to recognize the gift that is in me, that is all because that in 2002, when I gave my life to Jesus, He helped me to recognize the gift, the talents that He has given me. And then since He has helped me to really live my life with hope and with purpose, not like how I lived in the past in darkness with lifeless, but I'm grateful to God that He has given me this life to live, and with the purpose that I live every day with joy and peace in my heart. Yeah, thank you.
Sometimes we suffer because of somebody else's mistakes. And true, there's so many challenges we face, and many times we do get into drugs or alcohol or any other things. It's not just because we really want to make sure that we will become one. No, many times because of pain and suffering and challenges, we end up consuming these things. But I want to tell you that we do face challenges in life. And what I went through in my educational journey was something that was supposed to be good but not right. For example, I was moved from an English medium school to a Hindi medium school in my second standard in Bangalore. I had zero knowledge of Hindi.